I've seen every preseason, summer league. Nah, that's the postseason game since 2016. Wow. Y'all had to top with the silent reporter, Vanessa Richardson, and also the star player, Alperen Sengun. So talk to me about like what was like interviewing both of those people, and like what was preparation behind. If James playing at this level, how far do you think you go in the playoffs?
Welcome back to another edition of Most Famous, y'all. I have to sit down and talk to y'all before this video gets started, bro. This year is gonna be something so serious and so transformative, bro. I'm putting my full being and putting all my eggs into this basket. And I've already had conversations with people I have no business speaking to. But this year, I'm taking what's mine, bro. And I don't want to come off like aggressive, but I'm just so excited for my future, our future, this channel's future, and some of the connections I'm going to make this year. So with that being said, I am creating a Patreon. It is a Patreon that includes early episodes, so you'll get episodes like 2 to 3 days early. You get to ask up and coming guests questions, so I'll make a post saying, ask me questions about such and such. I don't know if I'm leaking the name of exactly who I'm gonna do interview with, but I might say interviewing an NFL quarterback and ask questions, right? And then you will leave questions. And then if it's good enough, I will put in the video and tag you, you know what I mean? And that'll be a segment at the end of all of the podcast interviews. You will also get extra content from the podcast. So I'll record a little bit extra, or anything I cut out that I didn't think is worthy for the main cut, I'll put at the end, or not the end, but I'll put it inside the podcast episode on the Patreon. I will show you my video script, so I'll show you the questions, how I layer the questions, how I go through my processes and stuff like that. And lastly, you will get your name at the end of the credits. So at the end of each video, I will put your name and it will be like rolling credits of who support the Patreon. The Patreon is only $5. I'm not gonna add tiers, not yet. I'm not gonna add like $1, $5, $10 tiers. It's $5. So you don't have to make a decision. The decisions are there for you if you wanna. All you have to do is say yes or no. So there's no analysis paralysis. Of course, you don't have to do it. You liking the video, the fact you're watching this video is, swear to God, is enough for me. But if you want to help me out, maybe, I don't know, pay for some gas money for the boy, or should have some suggestions for the boy, or hell, just want to support the boy and don't even watch the videos. I appreciate any of it. Yeah, so just $5. I don't want to steal your money, but it would help, and it's not mandatory. So yes, that is the plan for this year. If you want to hop on early, bro, I'm telling you this because it's going to be the start of something very, 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 very special. I would love for you to be part of it early. And the Patreon's kind of be like a spam account for Most Famous, if that makes sense. So anything, I'm just throwing it on there. So if you just want more of Most Famous, look into that. Coming out. Shit. Actually, let me reintroduce myself real quick. My name is Matthew Caldwell. I have the podcast Most Famous. Probably like, or what type of interviews we get from this podcast. All I can guarantee is deep, layered questions and a great conversation. Because the people I interview is literally just people I find interesting, or people that know topic that I find interesting. There is no set niche for me, you know what I mean? So I hope you find the people I interview interesting, and maybe I can make them interesting with the episodes I make. I hope you find them interesting later in the video. That's my goal. That's how people interview. And the Patreon is first link in the description, and the Patreon is literally the same thing. Most Famous with 3 S's.
Welcome back to Most Famous, obviously Most Famous We're Not. I know it's been a minute since I posted. I feel like I've been saying it right every episode now. But year is 2025, so you're being ambitious. I'm gonna type this thing. I'm putting all my eggs into this basket. And to start the year correctly, I have one of the faces of Rockets fandom. If you see him, if you follow Rockets Twitter, you definitely see him. This is Bias Houston, aka Will. Thank you so much for coming on the show, bro. It's such a pleasure, bro. You know, I told you before I said that, but I've watched you for a long time. I'll get off work, check your TikTok, see how you lead in the games. I watch you tweet, you know what I'm saying? And really just, you make being a Rockets fan so much more enjoyable. And I feel like I just want to make sure you get your flowers because what you're doing is effective.
No, I appreciate. I mean, that's what I do it for. Yeah, I do it so that people can feel like they can still be tapped in and involved with a good team that they earnestly watch every single game. So.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, people got worried. Zoe coming in and you get like small, digestible game film or like stats that really helps. First, we're going to get some Texans out the way, because that's a precious thing that happened. Well, when y'all are seeing this, this will be after the AFC Championship game. So hopefully that's Ravens Chief and the Ravens won. I hope so. But let's talk a little bit Texas. So how do you feel about the season? How do you feel about it?
That's a loaded question. I went into this season with a lot of expectations coming off of what we came off of CJ's rookie season, of course. So I went into it like, I'm not gonna say I thought this was gonna be like Super Bowl or buzz, but I did say thought that we could make a run at it. Yeah, maybe. So when we came out in the regular season and it wasn't necessarily like, we didn't look like a team that was gonna make it to the eighth grade, which it started with 5-1, but then we know we was 5-1, and I feel like some of them wasn't convincing. Yeah, it was like he was kind of skating by, and it's like, I feel like we should have did a little bit more. There was some areas that like kind of manifested that down the line. It started showing them themselves at the beginning. So no doubt. So like I'm not gonna say it was a failure because you said I went to the. That's what you can't say. Yeah, it's not definitely not a failure. You lost to the Chiefs, and like that was gonna be difficult for anybody else. Like who you were. So I'm not gonna say it was a failure, but I guess I said I was a little disappointed.
Exactly. How I feel about the season, I think it's pretty fruitful. I mean, as far as like, cause CJ, I'm not here because D'Amico Kip was amazing this year. It was defense, man. But CJ and the OC, there's a lot of turnover. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the new OC second year and that whole line.
Yeah, it was tough.
Right? It was tough. But there's a lot of turnover with Nico getting hurt like week 6 through 10, and then stepping off whole season, Tank getting out. Like you got to change your playbook and adjust a lot off that. So I give Slovic some grace. So we still won 10 games, still won the division, even though the division was not very good this year. The division was sorry this year. We're still won a game or one division, back-to-back seasons, and we lost to could possibly be the champs.
And not the champs. You're one of the best teams in the last like decade.
Exactly. So it's not too terrible.
Yeah.
And as far as CJ Slopple or Swamp, I mean, the stats say it's a parrot, but it was the same turnover rate as last year was this year. So I guess like the league caught up, or it might need some more intricacy in our playbook. But as far as season go, I'm happy. It could have been a lot worse. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. So we spanked the Chargers. That was good. That was a good way. And the 4 picks. Derek Stingley is crazy. Him and Kamari are crazy. Oh my goodness. Hold on. We gonna get to that. Okay, so what? Okay, if you were like the GM, like what changes would you make?
You got to start by getting better offense. No doubt. Like that's got to be probably like the biggest priorities. I feel like from the start of the season to the Super Bowl to the last playoff game we just got done playing, like the offensive line, they were disciplined with the penalties. And then I don't know where CJ finished the season in terms of being sacked. I know he has to be in top 3.
And it might have been hard. I'm trying to think maybe Caleb, because Caleb got sacked a bunch.
I think he got sacked more than Caleb did. I'm not sure where he finished the season, but I know that he has to be top 3. And that was like the offensive line. That was something that was probably like one of our strongest like our areas, and it wasn't. So it's everything got to start for me.
Well, also we won the division last year, so this was a first place schedule. Yeah, the division was so the D line they get after it. You know what I'm saying? So which ones would you? If it was me, I would see we get Garrett Wilson.
I would love your ass. I would love. That would be amazing. I would love your ass because I think he's already pretty much said he went out.
So yeah, exactly, and he got that connection with CJ. Exactly. When CJ talks glowingly about this in our conference, he was like, the most talented hands we've ever seen was Derek and Garrett. Oh yes, but if we get Garrett Wilson, I was going to admit, but I don't know how the pecking order would go for Tank. Tank is like it's like different. Like he's like like not like a brother, but like it's deeper than a player. Yes, like played at U of H from the city, got drafted, boys with CJ, God fearing. Like you won't be root for him, so tough. But as like a football team, I think Garrett probably.
I mean, I think him. I don't know what you with Steph, because I mean, I think Tank is going to miss, if not all of next season, a huge chunk of it.
Yeah.
So I think with Diggs' injury, I think they are going to be able to re-sign him. So you could, in theory, like have the core of Nico, Garrett, Steph, and then because Tank ain't not gonna be there until like later on, and then by the time Tank come back, get that find out on his way out. You know what I'm saying? I can see where you know.
Maybe it'll keep. No, that's not a terrible idea. Because Garrett is younger, right?
Yeah, it's younger. You can keep him for a minute.
Yeah, you keep for a minute. He could be out of the for a while.
Yeah,
but definitely. And let's talk about that defense though. Defense, because I was thinking about this last night. Like, if you were to list like all time, if you were maybe like pick each player up from the Texas franchise, all time defense to pick, I feel like 5 of them are going to be. I mean, this season. Like there's Stingley, Will Anderson, Will Blast, bro. The sack he got on I'm not the sack. No, it was sack, but he tackled a TFL with one arm, and that was amazing. Goal line too. Will Anderson is literally something different, okay? But Will Anderson, Kamari Lassiter, Caleb Bullock, also he's ball hawk. I like Petrie got hurt, but I love Bailey Kingsbury. Yeah, Petrie was a dog too.
Yeah.
And then I won't talk about injury because the Lions got wrapped. You know what I mean? The Lions had no player for like, oh my gosh, if we had like 2 more healthy people,
there's something changes.
Yeah, exactly. Something definitely changes. All right, so let's talk ball. So, where did your love for the Rockets fandom start in high school?
I mean, it's just from being from Houston. Yeah, that's really what it was just being from the city. When I was like really, really little, you know, I would watch basketball, but I would watch it more for like the dunks.
Oh, you don't really understand what you watching these facts. It's 10, 11 years old. We know I know what a dunk is. Well, I know by, you know, this play or how this trade works, stuff like that. So I was more into like the dunks. So I kind of gravitated to like LeBron. He did exactly in time. But as I got older, you know, I started understanding like how trades, see how like actual basketball is supposed to be played. And once I figured that out, it was like, I'm picking the hometown team. And it made it really easy because James Harden was there and he was killing at the time. So pick the hometown team. What side do you think was that like 20? So like, were you Pete James Harden? Were you really became like a fan?
Yeah, I was like when I would say I really like locked in on the Rockets, I would say it was 2015.
2015?
Because that was when it was a little bit easier because Bron had left Miami that time. Right? So all right, what am I going to do next? So I locked in around 2015. And then I tell people all the time, like, I've seen every preseason, summer league, that's the postseason game since 2016.
Wow. I see everybody. That's dedication. You know, that's it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Face it to the defender, bro. That's easy. I would say something similar. Like, if you ask me like 5, 6, 10, 12, 15 years older, I'm going to say Rockets because I'm from Houston.
Yeah.
And I got Crowded City. I love the city stuff. But yeah, like me personally, like 2020, when that's when I started watching the playoffs. And Jimmy Butler was one of my favorite players.
Yeah, I love Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy, I like this. Well, I don't know what we're doing now. We can't rate. I don't like Brad. I don't know what's going on here now, but he's one of my favorite players. So when did you start covering? Like, okay, I love the game, but when did you hit to like actually?
So it was funny enough around the same time when you started like locking in. It was that so how I kind of got into it was just I had got on Twitter like my personal account around I think it was 2018,
right?
And I was, you know, you don't know how to work Twitter the first time. Yeah, don't and like that. That's all right. I was kind of just following my friends and family and whatnot. But then I thought, like, I'm a big Rockets fan and I'll be a big sports fan. So I would tweet every now and then about the Rockets. I would follow different like NBA and Rockets accounts. And so I started being able to see that like during the games, there's people out there talking about the games too. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. It's like in my life, in my real life, I don't have
like outlet.
Yeah, you know, because my homeboys, they'll watch like Rockets versus Warriors in the playoffs.
Right. But I could really like
Rockets versus Wizards on the top. Then I could tell you after that. So I don't even got nobody, like if something crazy happens in that game, I don't got nobody to talk about it with. So I started using Twitter for that. You know, I started seeing people doing the same thing. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like I'm watching a play happen. Time I come out, pull up my phone and it's almost the same play. I just got done watching. So that was really cool for me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and do that. So I'm going to like try my head at that. So that next, I made the account, I think in like July of 2019, something like that, but I didn't really like start taking it like serious until December 20, it was after the bubble. So after December 2020, that was when I like really, really locked in. And I've been doing it every day since.
Yeah, so like so during your beginning, so you would watch a game, you'll tweet about it, and then like slowly and surely started getting the audience of people that was like, did they like your opinion? Did they like your reports on the Rockets, or what do you think it was like initially?
I think, So one, when I first started, I knew that I had to like put myself out there. So like one of the things that I told myself at that point in time was, somebody follow me, I'm gonna follow you back. I'm gonna make sure I tell the edge you. And then like when people would comment that first full year, I mean it's impossible now, but that first full year, I'm like, even if you just someone put like a laughing emoji, I'm responding to more. So they know it's like we gotta. So I think what made it really work for me was just developing real relationships with people who I was, I guess my audience. Yeah, I had a real relationship with my audience, and just being authentic. I think that's kind of what it was. I think people gravitated towards that and just the consistency in it.
Yeah, that's real smart. Like you see, like none of these big influencers today, especially streamers, because streaming is super immediate with feedback. And like streamers would say, like when they were smaller, like they would literally know everybody in chat by name and still. And that's usually how you build a big fan base, is you start close, intimate until you really can't anymore.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely, that's smart. That makes sense. So if you go on their podcast channel with
Brado. Shout out Brad.
Yeah, Brado is like partner in crime. They both cover a lot. They both do great stuff. It's like yours is more like personal reactions, and his is like more stats based and stuff, which is cool. Like that's like a perfect blend. And y'all had to top with the silent reporter Venessa Richards, and also the star player Alperen Sengun. So talk to me about like what was like interviewing both of those people, and like what was preparation behind.
Yeah, they're both just like good. I mean, everybody I've been here honestly has been good people. That's one thing I really do appreciate. Everybody who's came on this show is show love. It's been like good conversation before, after, during the reorg. So like I've always appreciated that. Cause I hadn't paid nobody to deal with. So like, so they have all these with you. Yeah, the opportunity is the love of, what we doing. So I appreciate that. But for those two specifically, I mean, Venessa we met her in person, or no, so we recorded her all, I mean, we did the podcast virtual, but I met her in person. Like I met her at the games, and then funny enough, I remember exactly how we connected with her. It was when Ime first got hired. And I was very mad that like there was no coverage of the hire. I was like, why is ESPN and Stephen A. like there's no coverage of them? And then she was like, I know she like texted me about it. She was like, I see that too. Like that's crazy, ain't covering. So we carried off of that. Got her on the show and she was great. And then Sengun, same thing there. Like just good person. Having him on the show, that was his first ever, I believe, American podcast. That's cool. Yeah, that was dope. And then same thing.
He had one with JJ before he got hired. I remember. Who? JJ Reddick. When he to my dad. Yeah. No, sorry. I think anybody did that before JJ. Yeah. I got the. That's great. That's cool. And it was home, bro. That's really nice of him. That's cool. Yeah. But with Venessa, like, so I told you I just started watching Riot, so Venessa's going to be like my first recorder relationship. Yeah, she just got started too. Yeah, so it's awesome. She's great. She seems so cool. I would love to meet her.
Yeah, I mean, she would love to. She speaks to her character. She loves to talk to people. So if you ever see her at the game, say what's up.
And I was watching y'all's podcast last night with her. She was talking about where she grinded, like waking up at 2 a.m. and doing the news and then covering high school teams, a lot of teams, something like that. No way. I was like, wow, that's really. I love hearing stuff like that. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, let's talk ball. So we got Jalen Green playing well. We're just gonna go play by player. So let's talk about Jalen Green. Do you think it's sustainable? And how far do you like if Jay's playing at this level, how far do you think we go to the playoffs?
To the sustainability of it, truth be told, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I cross my fingers and hope, because like what he's doing right now is crazy. Averaging like 30 something, like 33. Yeah, something crazy like that. It's real efficient. And it's leading to wins. That's the big part. Yeah, like it's translating to wins. So I would love for it to be. And fingers crossed, I hope it is. I don't know, because we have seen him go on stretches. But like March where he looks crazy. Yeah, it'll cool off. So if it's for me, it's just about, can he keep it up? And if he does keep it up, like you saying, it's, because we're still young. So
yeah, that's the other thing. You still got it, because OKC lost, and they're really good.
Yeah, and that was one thing I always bring up, is like OKC was amazing last year, and they lost, I think, because they Dallas. Yeah, it was to Dallas. I think Luka's obviously amazing, but I think one of the biggest reasons they lost that series, I think they were the more talented team was because Dallas had a bit more experience than them. So I don't know. I think this year we're a really competitive second round exit. If Jalen is playing like this, I think beyond this year is when we start talking about like really making deep runs.
Yeah, definitely. What made it confusing is the game last night, Admin was off. Well, okay, so initially it seems that like, okay, now that Jabbar's gone, or not gone, but he's starting to line up. And it's like, okay, so we got when Ahmed and Jalen play, they feed off each other, works really well. But now that Admin was all last night hurt, he was hurt last night, and Jalen played well, and now it's like, damn, because now there's no like through line. You know what I mean? It's not like consistency. Like, oh, okay, when Ahmed and Jalen goes off. If he would have played trash last night against the Blazers and we lost, I don't know how it's L last year. It's a L, but it'll be like, oh, okay, so that's what it is. Oh, that's all we have to do. But now it really is like, oh, it's just a composite.
Or maybe it's a schematic thing and he may change some things. No, I think it's literally just that. I think it's something clicked in his ear. That's what I don't think, because I don't think they do anything too different. I think that he's just I think he's a bit more confident in his abilities now.
Yeah, it's just the confidence. Yeah. Could it be just because I think like Jalen was in like when we were really like winning 20 games. Jalen was in it, and I think he spent like out of the Rocket score, he's probably spent the most time with us in the rebuild, right? Yeah. So I would like to think, oh, he spent the most time in the rebuild, and he was getting a bunch of highlights. So it's kind of reinforcing bad habits, maybe. So it probably would. It makes sense. It took him the longest to get right as far as like Alperen, because Alperen, I think right after the email came, and then with Jalen, he had to wait like 2 years.
So yeah, so him and Sengun and Jalen were drafted the same year, but remember Sengun didn't really play those first couple of years. So he also came from overseas, so that's a little bit
right. And the language barriers, so yeah, that's what I think. I was like, so it's probably hard for Jalen because he's so freaky athletic, so he can get away with stuff. So it took you probably to lot of him there.
Actually like hey, good habits. So you know what he's been at that.
Exactly. So it's like, do I think Jalen can sustain it? I do.
I think he can.
Yeah, I think he can stand. I feel like maybe not 30 games.
No, he's not that. Maybe like for the rest of the season would be bonkers. But you know what's crazy is shout out to Brad. I had him, and it's like up to date as of like yesterday. This was like maybe 3 days ago. Right. I asked him, I'm like, because Jalen's shooting like 45% from three, or like 10, like something crazy, like super unsatisfied. Because I don't think he's gonna shoot 45% from free on 10 minutes a game for the rest of his career. If he does that, he's like the best shooter in the league. But I'm like, what would his numbers look like if you regress that from 45 on 10 to like 37 on 7? Whereas that is still 25 a game is like super efficient. So like that's even if he regresses to like some like need, he's still gonna be one of the best players in the league.
Exactly. And people don't do credit enough. Like his defense has got way better.
It is
since especially since last season. And also when he started the season, a lot.
Yeah.
So it's not like he just like he's been trash all season. He just started the high. He got hot in the beginning. He kind of hit a valley. Now it's hot now.
Yeah.
So I think that gives me more confidence because he's done in the beginning and he's done it again. And you know what I'm saying? And then let's just say this is just another spurt. If he keep doing it early and earlier,
he got March, maybe it'll be it's a full season. And we'll get a full season.
So it's not too terrible. But yeah, so Jalen watching Hoop, like everything is just like an or 3.
Yeah.
Everything side step float. Yeah. Is it cross and then his punches are amazing. It's just like, I'm not watching players like it's so cool. Yeah, let's go to the big man. So AP. So defense has improved dramatically.
Yep.
Especially off that what game we just saw, the Kings game.
Yeah.
Sequence was bonkers. That 3 possessions. So like, how do you think it's changed our team up? And like now that he's not a defensive anchor, but he's definitely got a defensive liability. So how has that changed our team up? You think?
I mean, like, because he plays one of like traditionally that's the center supposed to be the anchor of the defense, and I think he's still like I don't think he's ever going to be like a really good guy. Like that's never going to be who he is. But I think that with where he's at right now, he's going to get better. He's still young. He's still growing in his own right. But with where he is right now with his defense, I think that's been one of the biggest reasons why the Rockets have had I think they're like ranked number 4 exactly on defense right now. Honestly, I think it should be a little higher. But I think that's one of the biggest reasons is because Sengun has made tremendous strides. You talk about like that Kings game. I think that might have been the best time.
Yeah, double A of Dower, bro, because he was like everywhere. Like he anticipated everything. He knew it was coming, and it's been amazing. And, you know, as of late, like the last 10 games, he hasn't been like on a scoring tear.
Yeah. But Jalen has been. But he's been great defensively. So, and they're starting to click. What was it, the Detroit Bulls game, that third quarter? Both of them was 10. So it's like the team is really molding and forming with identity on both sides of the ball. The defense, like what, after like that stretch, that 15-game stretch after the first 15 games, when it was just like, when the Tari, Eason, and Thompson were really being a terror of twins, right? And that's not supposed to say. But that defense really helps us, stuff like that. So Alperen Sengun, he's definitely taking a step defensively, and the offense is not going anywhere. Nah.
Because he could be shooting a fump right now, which is cool.
I think it's just mental flint.
Yeah. So eventually they both click. Jalen angry, like, ooh, spooky. But okay, cool. Let's talk about an underrated player that I feel like not getting enough love. You said he's not getting enough love. Fred VanVleet. You know what I'm saying? Especially ever since this Jalen terror thing going on, Fred has been really that connected piece. Yeah, with keeping us steady and make sure, you know, the ball to move around and stuff. Into what I said. So, how do you think Fred's moldability and like malleability has helped the team, especially what's up, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, so like, cause I've been critical of Fred's play like through like the first year he was here, and then obviously to start this season, cause I thought he was playing like wishy-washy, but like I've always said I felt like he was easier to replace in theory than what he actually was. Like, I know people were like, just get him out of here, just get him out. I'm saying he's struggling right now, but you take him out the picture, like, it might hurt us in ways he's had to see. So, what I love about him right now is he has taken that step back. I think it is.
I think he wants to.
Yeah, nobody else to there. I think it's perfectly tied to Jalen Ray taking a step forward. Yeah, is that at the end? So they kind of trade spots now, so he can go sit in the corner now. And so, yeah, I love that he is embracing. I think he wants to play that way. So I love that he's embracing that role, kind of letting the younger guys kind of run more of the offense now. But then he is still there to step up when we need him to, like when things start getting out of control, to turnover prone. That's the deal here.
It's like shot, down the stretch. Might as narrow and stuff. Yeah. But like with Fred, because like people thinking about replacing him, like I'm trying to think of players. I was trying to think players in this caliber, like Chris Paul. I'd rather have Fred. Kyle Lowry, I'd rather have Fred. You know what I mean? So players, older player, point guards, are like 6, you know what I'm saying, 6 feet. I think Fred's like the best at his age and at his value and what he still does.
Because he does a lot of stuff for the team that you don't see. Yeah, exactly. They talk about him, the leader that he is in the locker room and practices, timeout, stuff like that. So those are things that, like, even if his per game averages aren't the best, those are still things he's bringing to the team to make us better. So,
yeah, he's like the players coach, or he's coach.
No, he's coaching the court. Yeah, it's great.
And lastly, I'm going to talk a little bit about, or no, not lastly, but Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks down to his bad guys now. I'm not gonna lie.
Like Trailblazers.
His bad is low key. It's not. He got some phase, and you know he could hit the clutch through now. But like I just think Dillon, especially on that perimeter, being like the coach or like the elder statesman of that perimeter defense. It's like the tone setter. And how do you think he's helped players like Tari and then Jabari down the perimeter?
No, I'm glad you said that, because that's one thing that I have been pretty big on, because I know people also at times get kind of mad at his, but I say, like, I was one of the people, I used to get mad at his shot selection, but shout out to my man Zayda. He's one that he like really like taught me, and I was like, you know, you're right. It's like, if Dillon's gonna take a crazy shot, maybe 2 or 3 of them a game where you're like, Dillon, why did you shoot that? Don't do that enough, right? But he's gonna take 2 or 3 crazy shots. He's probably gonna make one up. But what's cool about it is, if I have to deal with 2 or 3 bad Dillon shots, you're probably gonna make one up. I have to deal with 2 or 3 of those bad shots. But the rest of the time you're out there playing, you're picking up the opposing's best player full for it. You're being a leader in practice. I confidently believe that if we don't have Dillon, I don't think the Terry twins look as good as they do defensively.
Right, exactly.
I don't think Shingles, because like I go to the game, you hear it on the broadcast. Dillon's out there yelling the whole time on defense, like, Alpy, come here. Because he's yelling the whole time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the whole place he's yelling. And he's calling things out for people on defense. And like, you don't have him there, you don't get that. So I think so I think that if you like what you've seen from like a man and Tari and Sengun, I think you have to give him a little bit of credit.
Oh man, y'all. Yeah, that's cool, because that's really, so Fred and Dillon are basically like the same players on both on the different side, exactly. So yeah, one table setting. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. But yeah, I was just looking. I was like, this guy got a bag. He plays defense. Like, he's one of those players. I'm on the team. Hate to go this. So
Yeah, yep, that's exactly what he is.
like, but he's great. I feel like he's probably a little misunderstood. But that's his.
That's what I think he likes that.
Yeah, he gets a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's how he gets his competitive.
Yeah, very smart too, especially calling out, cut or not cut coming back door.
Yeah,
All that stuff. Let's talk about Tari Eason. So Tari Eason, I've heard archetypes like Jimmy Butler. I like that. With the defense and stuff. And Tari Eason, he's just so instinctual and just right place, right time. He's kind of like Jabari, but on defense, because Jabari is like, you can drop him in anywhere, you know what I'm saying? He can make pull-up threes, and he's one of the he's just a winning player.
Yeah.
And so is Tari. They're more on the defensive end. I think Tari's like affected our winning.
I mean, you can I don't even got to explain to you. I can pull the numbers up. I'm pretty positive. So, he was hurt pretty much all the last season, and we finished the season with like a 41-41 record. If in the games, I think Tari played 20 games last year, and we were 11-9 in those 20 games. I believe that was the exact number. So, like, when he plays, we usually win.
Yeah.
And, when he doesn't play, it gets a little dicey. And so, like, yesterday, that was his second game back from his injury. I think he had like 18 and playmaking too. Yeah, he had some dimes. He was in the past. So I think he had 3 steals yesterday. He does the rebounding thing where he'll just, I don't even know how, but he'll just snatch rebounds out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what I love about him is, it may always look pretty, but he's gonna find a way to get it done. It's not gonna look the prettiest, like that Warriors game we had to start the season, where I've seen people pull teams back because we were down 30. I've seen players pull teams back down like 30, hitting a bunch of threes or like going crazy on offense. I've never seen nobody do it on defense.
Yeah,
Tari pulled us back from just lock everybody up and just scoring the transition over and over and over again. Like, it's not the new guys who would do it.
it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, scouting the report for the Rockets, not saying just because I'm a homer, but it must be headed. You know what I mean? Especially with Jalen Green playing well. But like Tari and the men, like, that's just a handful on itself. Like, both of them. And okay, and so of the core, lastly, are probably one of our both favorite players, but Thompson. I don't think it's far-fetched to say that he's like a generational defensive player, athlete, period. But like, he's walking up John Morant, the best player. I think he's like he's probably one of the best like defensive prospects in the last like 10 years, or at least minimum.
Yeah.
So talk to me about like, where do you see Ford? Like, do you see defense player of the year in his future, all NBA in his future, or like, where do you see Thompson?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tough for him to get deep on it because it usually goes to a big man.
Yeah.
And then like Wemby is I ain't gonna lie, they're gonna give Wemby every deep player as long as he's healthy for the next like decade. So it's gonna be tough to do that. But he should make an all defensive team this year if the NBA doing it right. I think he should have the first team, but if he's for sure gonna make second team. And I think he's probably never gonna leave it. Like, I think that's maybe it over every year moving forward.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, exactly. Because he just has traits. But hopefully with Victor, he'll get like 3, get some voter fatigue.
Yeah.
But they get honestly 4.
But see, and then the sad part though is if it don't go to Victor, it might go to like Shet or like Wood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they always give it to him. They don't ever give it to him like a perimeter.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. But yeah, Thompson. Yeah, I like his play. And I like the player he is, like talking about how I forgot, was it Venessa? Or one of the reporters asked him, like, how do you feel about this recent Jalen dress? And he was like, yeah, he was unguardable, unless it's me, man. Yeah, how about that stuff? Yeah, man, he just seemed like a cool guy. And like, I feel like I played with a guy like on one of my football teams. You know what it's like to play with a guy that's like kind of stoic, but is like a hard ass competitor and stuff like that. So man, he's so easy to get behind, and I'm already a big fan of him. And let's get some positive missions. So, what do you think about like Jeff Green and Steve Adams giving us good minutes? And how do you think they've contributed to the team as a whole?
So Steven Adams specifically has actually been really good for us recently. He doesn't do nothing like crazy in the box score, but he'll get rebounds. He'll set really like firm screens. He gets fouled a lot on offensive rebounds, and that puts like in the bonus and stuff like that. So he's been like really good. And I think both Jeff played a lot for us last year. He's played some spot minutes here or there this year. But I think where their biggest like contribution is just being the veteran leaders in the locker room, because those are 2 guys who have been. I mean, they've been in the league for. Yeah, hey, Zed Green has been some like $2. Yes, that's all like that. Like
He's like top 3 artists.
Like, so he gotta be.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for like well over a decade now. I think funny enough, I think Steven Adams was one of the picks we traded for James Harden. I know. Wow. I think he was. So but he's been here for over a decade himself. And they both played on multiple teams and they've won. Like Jipping has a championship. I don't believe Steven Adams has a championship, but they both are successful in the regular season. They both went on deep playoff runs. They both played, like I said, on different teams with different like superstars. And I think they have a lot to teach the young guys about winning, how to take care of your body, what to do on your all day stuff like that. And the young guys, they came from before they got here, we didn't have no vets in the locker room. So having now going from like no vets to like we have a lot of vets. I think we not only have a lot of vets now, I think we have like some of the best vets for what they'll do. Seriously.
And that actually, bro, us going through player by player, like shout out to Rafael Stone, like our GM cooking. I'm talking what he made.
Yeah.
With Fred VanVleet, defensive piano. So you bring in Ime, defensive coach, went to the finals. And then you bring in Fred, his defensive guard. He's going to set the table for us. Signing Dillion with defense, drafting even Ken Whitmore and Tari. And even Taylor Green and Sengun slid all the way down and we got him. So it's like, I feel like most people do. People love like a homegrown team, like the Warriors is. And I feel like we're every one of those teams or dynasties, hopefully, if, I'm not stupid. I know some people will get traded and stuff, but I hope that if we get like, keep the core but the team is like amazing. Like I started like, everything fits. So it's cool to be part of a winning team after not being one for a while. For a long time, was a minute. So we talked about playoff aspirations. And we said Jalen Green keeps his name play and the team keeps playing more or less. You think we get second round exit?
Yeah.
Bringing the series.
So we for sure, like, I think depending upon the matchup, because I think there's certain teams in the West that we would really struggle with. Like, I think they don't really struggle with Luka and the Mavericks. I think you really struggle with Jokic and the Nuggets. OKC definitely. And then I think
would pick the Nuggets so far because they don't have anybody like perimeter that's scary.
They don't. I don't fear their team. I fear Jokic. And that's the only reason I get it.
Yeah, that's so
because he's still the best player in the league to me. And we know that like him and Jamal Murray elevated their play in the playoffs before. They have a lot more experience in that department than we do. But honestly, it wouldn't shock me if because their team outside of Jokic isn't the best, so it wouldn't shock me if we were able to beat them. I think how far we go is determined on can we avoid certain teams on the way there.
Yeah,
but I think best case scenario we're college chance teams. I don't think we go to the finals this year.
Yeah,
but I think the more realistic thing is I think I think whoever we play the second round, it's not gonna be easy. You probably gonna beat us like 6 or 7.
Yeah, 6. So. Yeah, exactly. So I would not want to see OKC.
Nah.
OKC is probably number 1 scariest team. I'll see the Lakers. I think we're going to get Lakers. What about Minnesota?
I think that if they had kept Cat, it might have.
Yeah, I would be babe. I think we'd be favorite.
Yeah, but the fact that they don't have him no more, I think we would be.
Yeah, I think we get Minnesota. I think we would get the Lakers. I think we'll get the Lakers. I think we'll get the Nuggets. Probably OKC is the scariest team. But it's just like, especially because like with our offense like playing the way it is, and then the defense we have, and then it's been there before, so he's going man. So I feel like maybe there's 3 teams I want to see.
Dallas is outside of OKC. That's because I know they don't have the best record, right?
Right.
But I think Luka and Kyrie are a terrible matchup for us right now.
You don't think we got like the point of attack defenders?
We do, but you can't guard Luke. Like
you could throw me. Not last game he had on us. It wasn't the playoffs, but that last game where he was just trying stuff and he was just throwing stuff up.
When we played them last season.
Yeah,
it was just trying. And so that's not to say I don't think we got a good team. I think we do have a good team. I just think that one, a bit more experience.
Constantly to the final.
Yeah, Tyler, I tell you what, those are 2 guys who, like, I think Amin and Dylan and Tari, those are like 3 of the best defenders in the league. But Luka is
So yeah, I feel like that's about right. Best case, we make it to the Western Conference Finals and we get gentlemen. Gentlemen sweat. That'd be good. Yeah, that's best case. That's best case. But worst. No, I'm talking about worst case. No, I say worst. Worst case, I think. Yeah, second round. Because I think we'll be whoever that. Because
Do you think we'll stay the 2 seed? I don't think the Nuggets. No, I don't think we'll stay the 2 seed, but I think we don't drop no lower than 4. I think if I had to get, I think we're gonna finish like 3.
Yeah, I think 3. 3. I don't think the Nuggets gonna catch us though, but they might.
I'll say it's either them or Memphis. Yeah, I know who will go.
I want to see Memphis too.
I think we could beat Memphis. I think we can beat them. I think that one's gonna be tough though. That's a 7-game series to me.
I don't think it's 7. I think they have the bullets. Like I feel like they got John Morant, they Triple J,
Got Bane.
they got Bade. I like our guys especially.
I think we're the deeper team. I think they have like Ja will be the best player in the series, and then I think they have the experience on us. And I think that's one of the biggest things is we kind of don't know what our guys are like in the playoffs. Shit.
Yeah, I think that's facts. That's facts. Yeah, I think we'll be like if I was the regular, probably be Ja, be the best player, and then
I mean, if that is playing like that, yeah, exactly. It will be too.
let's just say Ja and let's just say Ja and Triple J are the first and second best player. I feel like 2 through 6, we might have all, or it might be argued.
Desmond Bane would be.
Desmond Bane, I think will be.
I heard that now live like the homer say. I think if Jalen's part this, Jalen's obviously been. I think Shingle was better too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think Bane will be like Cully after that.
But I would like Ilko, man. That would be so exciting.
I think it will be a good. No matter what, I think it will be a good series. I don't know if I say we would. Even though I think we beat them, we beat them 3 times this year.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I feel comfortable saying we'll beat them in the series just because it is a different game.
It is different. It is a different game. Do you think we have a better coach?
Yeah, everybody goes to Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah. And he been cooking like.
Yeah, no, he's a good coach too.
Yeah. Like some of the plays that the play he drew up during the Kings game was a good play. That was a good shot. Jalen might have rushed it a little bit. When I'm talking about late game schematically, say I feel confident. Email can matter.
There was
on time. No more. We played the Bucks.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was about to say.
Played the Bucks. I was like, oh, they played Daddy
Bucks game. Yeah,
pass.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. So it's real. I put confidence in our coach, and I put confidence. But the playoff aspect about how our team is really important. That's real. I can't just skate over that. Oh, we dominated the regular season. Because the Jazz, Baberdon was there, was the first seed, and they lost pretty more soon than it.
It's just a different game, and typically young teams do struggle in their first time in the playoffs. That's what's supposed to happen. Yeah, you don't know. It's a different game.
Gotta taste of
yeah, and there's gonna be certain guys who games elevate, certain guys who games don't. So you kind of have to figure out what that is with your team before you kind of. I guess I can confidently say we would just go all the way. But there are teams that I think even with our lack of experience and the fact that I don't kind of know how guys are performing, we're just a better team.
Yeah,
even with that, I think we're just best.
But what also is true about this Dylan Green spurt is that 4 quarter last 2 minutes, he hit big shots. Even last year when we get OKC with Lachey, big shots. Even pass to Jabari, hit that shot. So it's generally I think it's if he's hot, he's on. He doesn't shrink in the world. So that does.
He don't got no fear.
Yeah, exactly. So that does make me feel a little bit confident him playing well in the playoffs. But again, you never know. So okay, what do you think it would take for Ime to secure Coach of the Year? Because the Magic is playing well. Both the starters got hurt. He's probably, I don't know first, but he's up there.
He's in the combo. I think I don't know what the lateral's like, but I think Kenny Atkinson.
Wait, I was about to say Nets.
I think with the cat, I think they has 7 games. Yeah, I think he might be first. Ime for sure got to be top 3 though, because nobody outside of maybe Rockies fans really thought that we were gonna be as good. I thought Rockies had us being the 9th or 10th seed.
Not for real, yeah. So. Yeah, I thought for sure we will make the playoffs, but yeah, if it's good, I don't know. But yeah, I think because only Rex do. If we win, because you think we're gonna win 50 games.
I'll say knock on wood, they should get 50. If 50, we're on 56 win pace right now, and we're about to approach the threshold, or they just go 500. They're gonna exactly so.
Because when we get if we win 50 games, and then let's say Amin and Tari. Both I don't think both of them make all defensive. But recognize
Carmelee's 2 games.
Yeah, too. So but we get some accolades Amin all defense, you know what I'm saying? Dillion might be all defense, stuff like that.
If they go position, the all NBA are position was not, I didn't think about it, but they might give Sengun a nod on an all NBA team because this position was now, and I don't know how they track it, but they have him number 8 on the MVP ladder right now. And really, yeah, I don't know how they track that. Wait, or they says he's number 8, and so yeah, I'm like, Daryl, if that's where he's at, it would be crazy to have somebody who finished number 8, MVP not make the even all.
But then, I mean, it's probably record base.
Yeah,
I see what I'll do. Yeah, so okay. But he's playing well. He's our best player throughout those seasons. There, it's not super crazy, but hey, if he's 8, you know what I'm saying? We'll take it, Jay. So watching this success, how does it feel to cover the because you really take pride in watching the Rockets. Like tuning in is really a complete treat. Watching that for a quarter that Kings game was some of the best basketball I've seen in a while. And what's it like covering the team good versus when they talk about covering in the dog days? Like,
nah, it is. Man, it's so much better. Yeah, it's the way. It's because when we were bad, like, I started covering the team that first year when they were bad. I mean, I didn't know they were gonna be bad. I was supporting junior Christian Wood. Yeah. I mean, I was gonna cover the team, watching every game regardless, but I didn't know they was gonna be that bad. I didn't know James Harden was gonna get traded. I didn't know that it was gonna go that way. So like, then I kind of didn't know any better, and it's like I'm still kind of new to it, so it is what it is. That was kind of same thing with that second year when we drafted Jalen. Like, it was still because it was fun with with DCs and stuff like that. But like that third year that rebuild, man, that was so much. Like I said all the time, that was the least fun I've had watching the Rockets. See, like real talk, I said I haven't missed a game since 2016. If I didn't cover the Rockets, I probably wouldn't have watched some of them games because it was like, it was hard to like still push through and still try to make content and still host space. Yeah, trying to buy so because it's like I'm not even enjoying that, and I can't. I'm the type of person where like if I'm not passionate about something, if I'm not enjoying, I really can't do it. So like I'm trying to sit behind the mic. I don't even want to be there right now. You know what I'm saying? So like it was difficult. So obviously now it's a lot more to talk about because the team is winning. We're there. Yeah. It's fun. It's interesting. I bet it's thing. Jalen's green interesting. People were tuning in for it. So there's I feel like different now.
I think that's just like not the life cycle, but like if you're someone like you that's committed to covering one of their favorite teams, you're not gonna be good all the time. Like Kenny Beecham, cover the Bulls, and the team isn't the best right now. He talks about it how it's like if I wasn't a Bulls fan, I would not be watching these games. So like so that's a real. Like, that's a dedication thing. So it's like, oh, you're not the only one. It's a real testament to true, like, so the fan you are and, like, the report you'll be hearing. But, okay, with that being said, do you think this is going to be, do you think this is the best time to be a Houston sports fan?
Yeah, I think it's the best time. It is this one, and then when was it 2017, 18, when the Astros, and the Rockets were all like, could have won all that. The Astros did win the whole thing. The Texans were like, I think that was. We had a chance to do it with the Texans. The Rockets were the Chiefs together. Yeah, they lost the Chiefs, and then the Rockets won 5 games that year. They was up 3-2 on the Warriors in the conference finals, and they won that shit. I think they won the whole thing. So like that was a year where it's like, yeah, I knew every team was good, but I'm not Lord. But this time right now, I mean, the Astros are kind of headed towards somewhat of like I don't know if they're going to full rebuild it, but they're for sure going to reset a little bit. Yeah. But the Texans are definitely going to come up. It's CJ. The Rockets are definitely going to come up with their young team. So like, no, it is, and it's a good time to get in now because they say that you was there like from the start as opposed to like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because I was thinking about the other day, I was like, the Astros have won 2 championships in the last decade. They won in 2017 and 2020. Yeah, so, and they lasted a lot. They won the last decade. The Texans, because it was right after that rookie season, that's what I thought about. That was like, the Texans look like they're about to be in the Super Bowl next year. Yes, this year. And even the Rockets are the 2 seed, and it's like, wow, I think it's the best time. Like, you be tuning over any sport. I'm not saying soccer, yeah, but if you're tuning any sport, your team is in the midst in that game, and I feel like that's awesome. I think it's the best kind of beauty to Texas. And I feel like people are moving here too. So yeah, I feel like Q City like mulling for sure. Yeah, that's like going through like a metamorphosis. It's like one of the tops of like with Atlanta, New York, or Houston, what is it either. So yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought you'd be a good person to ask that because I was thinking, I think it is one of the best. It is. It's for sure one of the best.
So can you talk about some of the inspirations or some of the guys you watch? We can start with Rockets, or you can go NBA. Like, which guys do you like watch, covering, take tips from?
So with like I guess like inspiration for we talked about like first taking stuff off on camera before. That was something that I watched a lot when I was like when I said I kind of did start figuring out how the game worked. That was when I watched a lot. So I think I kind of learned a lot about how to talk about the sport rather on that. But in terms of I guess like people who were in the Rockets community who have been like not gonna say inspirations for me because I don't think I've.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really inspirational guys. This is I respect.
Yeah, but people out here, people would definitely like help me along the way. I would simply shout out like Jackson Gatlin with Locked On Rockets.
I watch him too. He's good. So I'll watch him. There's more that work.
Great guy. He's done a lot. He was the one who like honestly taught me how to like podcast. So yeah, shout out him. I'll shout out Ben DeBose on the
Ben DeBose.
Yeah, he's great. He's somebody who I still like reach out to every now and then now. Just because those two guys, they've been doing it for so long. They're a lot longer than I have. So like they know, because nobody teaches you how to do it.
Oh no,
You know what I'm saying? So I had to like
go through it.
Yeah, figure out how to do it. I'm like, okay, how do I navigate this? Or what do I do in this scenario? So they've been people who really helped me out there. And I shot him earlier. But J-Dub is somebody who, I don't know if you know who that is.
J-Dub.
He doesn't have a podcast or like I showed him that. He's just somebody who would be on Twitter, host spaces. He's with his whole playback.
Oh, so I hate them.
Okay, yeah. He's a good guy. He's somebody who like, I say more than anybody has really helped me because just he's been through a lot in his life, and so he knows how to navigate certain situations.
Right.
And like especially that first couple of years of me doing it, it was a lot going on, honestly, like behind the scenes. And I don't know what to do.
So he was like guy you would turn to with like no, I mean like dear brother almost. Yeah, that's sweet. Nah, for real. Some of the guys I watch for basketball. There's a lot of people actually. Like content creators, Kenny Beacham, he's talking about him earlier. Watch Kenny Beacham. Watch Jason Tim. You know that is.
Yeah,
Youth Tonight.
Yeah,
he's really good. I used to watch Old Man in the Freak before JJ got signed.
Yeah, I used to watch that too a lot.
On the game.
I watched that, and then did you watch what is the name of the Matt Barnes and Steven All the Smoke?
All the Smoke.
Did you ever watch that?
No, I watched their clips and stuff.
Yeah.
But like they do more story NBA. Does that make sense? Like they do more like how was it NBA first or like welcome to NBA movie stuff like that. Like and that stuff's good.
To what you've been more like.
Yes, I'm more like dang. I want to that. What's happening right now and stuff. But it's a great podcast for sure. Like I'll simply watch stuff like that. But who else? Yeah, Jesse Outlet. Of course. I'll overcheck your tweets. And yeah, there's more basketball. And every time I recommend it, I'll get to be like, Houston Rockets are dominating the NBA. Click on that video, watch for like 20 minutes, just, put me in the good moves. Hits. And there'll be a show like that, but like, yeah. And then journalism, obviously, first things first, most of the people. But yeah, so the space, I really love, like, oh my goodness, I really love the, how the sports journalism is kind of shifting around.
Yeah, it is.
Where people like you have a platform, and Kenny was one of the first to ever do it. And it's really like, I really like, because it really like fans turn reporters. Yeah, that they're like reporters, people move and turn fans. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, like you really know what it's like. Them, like you live in the city and stuff like that. So y'all make it so much more worryable, and I love enjoyable, and I like seeing guys like you. Let's talk about the announcer, Craig Ackerman, watching the podcast and watching watching the broadcast and hearing Craig and Ryan crack jokes. Craig is really good. I mean, he's great. Yeah, he's good. I love his jokes and stuff and the enthusiasm. Does he like enhance their watching experience too?
Oh, I tell him all the time. I'm like, I can't watch any other broadcast when I watch it. Like, I've tried watching some of the away teams broadcasts. I can't do. I have to watch the Spacio Network one. It's like I do think that Craig is like, he's really good at that. So like, really good. And the cool thing about him for me was like, because I got the opportunity to talk to him, interview him before, and he told like off script, just like a 30-minute long how to get into what he did. And like I started off like a simple question, I'm asking your answer, just like, yo, how would you get it? I think he'll give you like a little 5-minute. Yeah, it's the most. Bro, he talked for like 30 minutes, just off top of his head, just going like just step by step. Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, because I don't want to get into like broadcast. Yeah, if somebody was out there who wanted to, I'm like, bro, this is from somebody who's doing it. He's giving you like the most detailed way to get into it. I'm like, this is crazy. So yeah, he's practicing.
Yeah, man. I mean, you have a great, because there's some crews are not. I'm not gonna shit on crews, but there's some basketball broadcasts aren't as enthusiastic or enthusiasm, and are kind of low energy. But these Ryan too, he had engine dynamic too. He'd be funny and stuff, and some of the stuff he's saying be having me dead. But yeah, they're both great. Give me your second team. Like, not the Rockets. Do you have the second team? Oh, watching.
Typically, whatever team James Harden is on is my second team. Yeah. So like, I mean, funny enough, I haven't watched a lot of Clippers games this year though. So you got the Clippers. When he was on the Sixers, I used to watch a lot of Sixers games. I watched a lot of Hornets games. LaMelo, I like LaMelo.
Most good.
And then so like whenever the Rockets lose in the playoffs, I would always root for whatever team LeBron is on. And then now that James Harden's gone, I root for whatever team Harden's on. Then
okay, so give me this: where would you rank James Harden among shooting guards
all time?
All time.
Yeah, it's gonna roll first. Besides, I'm gonna tell you number 3.
You say behind?
I'll take her behind Jordan and Kobe. I know everybody gonna be mad because I don't got Wade. Where I just think, and I'm a big Wade fan. Like I probably would not have been as big of a basketball fan if I didn't start watching like LeBron and D Wade at that point in time. So like big D Wade. I have a jersey actually, but with D Wade, it's like one. I feel like his longevity wasn't as long. Like he had a really good 5-ish years where he was like arguably the best shooting guard, him or Kobe, right? But he started getting them injuries. Yeah, his career kind of started going. He didn't last as long. And then I'm not gonna say that he got carried because that's not the right way to put it. Like he obviously contributed, but
let's say you switched it. Like you gave James Harden and LeBron.
Yeah, give James Harden, LeBron James, and Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, like it's a little different. So, like I said, I'm not gonna say he got because if it's in that with 06, he going crazy, but James didn't have
he
didn't have that.
It seems he was carried to 60 wins.
Harden would carry teams that had no business.
Yeah, man, that literally.
I mean, I remember I think it was 2015 when Jason Terry at like 37 years old, so I started point guard. It's like, golly, you know what I'm saying? Dude, those finals runs with Jason Terry at point guard. Yeah, that's a little different. So,
yeah, I missed because he won the finals or like in being the man way.
Yeah, that's the big man. That's the only thing that makes it a conversation. If he ain't do that, it would be hard.
Oh, for sure. I can't knock that. But offensively, where it's just offense or foul.
But yeah, but Wade was also like a really good defender.
Yeah, too easily. So I get you to go the way.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you to win.
I'm gonna go harder because I'm a bear. Yeah, I'm going harder than 30. And then of course then they go.
Yeah.
But 36 a game, like in like 7 assists is not nothing to play. It's like golly, and then we were 1 injury away from making the finals. But I mean, with a game is especially threes. Yeah, but that's how we win the game. Live by God by us.
I mean, but I say all the time, man, that we missed them threes because they was fouling us and they wasn't calling it. And then on the other end, they was giving us like ghost whistles on there. There was terrible officiated. So yeah,
and then stepped up 30 and a half.
Down 2019. That did not help. Crazy killed us.
That did not help. What's your favorite Rockets team on time?
The 27.
22. Yeah, it must be excited. Yeah. Chris Paul next. Yeah. And we got Eric Gordon and
Capella was killing it.
So Gabe Capella was killing it. And that's I guess my favorite team is this one. And all right, so lastly, girl, like you personally, like where do you see this for yourself? Like, do you have an end goal to say, or do you just take one at a time?
So yeah, a little bit of both, honestly. Like when I first got started, I didn't know. Honestly, like Brian Bible, I didn't even know that it was gonna become what it became. If I knew that, I would have did so many things differently when I was first starting. I just want to so I could talk about the Rocks, people who actually watched them right now, the outlet person, and then it became what it became. And so I'm like, I kind of like it's a little different.
Yeah.
So like then I honestly, dude, it was just as far as I could take it. Like now, I'm still in that like I'll take it as far as I can take it mentality, but so I don't know exactly like specifically what it is that I would want to do with it. I just know
you want to be associated with the team for sure.
Yeah, I just know you're like when it's all said and done, I want people to be able to say that like I was able to like impact YS thing.
You already got that.
Yeah, so that's kind
of and like bro, like just off the conversation like this alone, like you say top Craig, I'm sorry. You talk with Ryan Hollins, Venessa, you already talked with Alperen. Like you're only gonna get a bigger reach. Like only every person you contact is always going to speak glowingly about you, and then that hires your chance of getting more from below. Like you're definitely like I think you got like a foot in the door. I would say. I think you're very close. Maybe like I know maybe a timetable, but whatever you want to do with the team is not out of reach. It's just depending on you. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you'll get an opportunity soon. And I hope you do, because the stuff you do is great. The reactions you do is great. The whole, I'm so glad I found your Twitter, because literally, like, I'm not gonna lie, the amount of times I'm watching Rockets game, a Texan game, it's just tweeting it about so I can laugh or just relate or just, you feel the same way. It makes it so much better. I'm not gonna lie, that if I didn't have your tweets, it would just be like, not bored from the Rockets, but like, it would be. Didn't say. I mean, because that's like I said, that's what got me into it. Was yeah, exactly. I would open my phone and see people talking about my others because I just watched the same. Yeah, exactly. So before you seen the meme and stuff, for same thing. So yeah, bro. Thank you so much for coming on. This was an amazing episode of Session Start a Year. I love talking hoops. I always talk hoops with my dad. And then you be working, so I don't know how often you watching games, but someone that's a real like enthusiast, I could really nerd out and geek out about some that's so yeah, bro, keep going what you're doing. I appreciate everything you're doing is amazing, you and the homie. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching Most Famous, and I will see you guys in the next one.
The camera died, so I couldn't really sign this out the correct way. So thank y'all for watching. Remember to check out Patreon, subscribe, like, love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!